it's all on you now. And just give me some reaction. Just wanna girl, I like the way you move. Really want it.
It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obiuchenu. Welcome to the month of May. It's the 1st of May, brand new month. Also, Workers' Day. Congratulations or happy Workers' Day to all workers in Nigeria. It's a public holiday. I think it's extended till tomorrow. Even though some of us are working on Workers' Day. I think that's the way Workers' Day should be celebrated. But anyway, congratulations to all Nigerian workers and to those who are aspiring to be workers. We'll be touching on employment or the lack of it later on the show today. But as we always do on this show, we're going to be starting off with the week that was, all of the headlines that caught our attention in the last week. And I have here with me Dayo Israel, a public analyst, to help me discuss all of these issues. Thanks for being here today. Happy Workers' Day. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for sparing the holiday to join us. I want us to start with something that's very sensitive, and it's becoming louder by the day in the last couple of weeks, and it's the herdsmen situation. We've almost seemed to be going from one issue to the other since probably the last 2 decades now. One issue ends, another one starts. It looks like Boko Haram was starting to calm down, and now we're hearing stories of herdsmen who have been around for a long time, but suddenly, we've heard about violent issues in the past, but it's getting crazier by the day now. We're hearing deaths into the hundreds now. We had the Cardinal of the Abuja Catholic Diocese was also attacked or something. So in Edo State, Cardinal Onaikon. They're getting more brazen. Olufalaye was attacked as well. We've heard about the things that happen in Enugu State. It's really getting more brazen. Yeah. And what's your take on all of this?
I think for me first is that there have been a lot of issues. There are actually a lot of other issues that are ongoing security-wise, but they're not getting national attention, I think, until a certain time. So the herdsmen didn't just start today. When we were chasing a Boko Haram, I had a conversation with the Director of Defense Information at that time that talked about a lot of the other operations going on, like Operation Lafia Dole and the others that people didn't even know about. So even as we are now, we need to begin to look at the bigger picture in Nigeria, not just dealing with the piecemeal and dealing with the bits and pieces. The herdsmen situation has gotten out of hand, and I think because of also the current administration, they probably feel more comfortable that it's one of our sons, it's one of us, it's a farmer like us, so maybe we have a better chances to be able to take over than we did before. So that for me is one of the reasons why it has actually escalated now. But I'm baffled also that it took the president so long to respond to those issues, only until the Enugu things happened. That's when he released a statement by a spokesperson. Before that, we've been waiting to hear from the presidency to know what is the view of the presidency and what are they going to do.
That's what surprised a lot of people, seeing as the president himself is also a cattle farmer. Yeah. He has herds as well. I don't know how they graze.
There are political issues there, and these are his people as well. So he also has to play.
Should that be what we should be talking about now? His people, seeing as this is a Nigerian situation.
Yeah, that's what Nigeria has become, and that's what we need to try to take Nigeria away from. We have a change agenda in this new administration, because what we're seeing is this thing is now becoming more prevalent, and the level of confidence they have now is alarming, and that's what the issue really is. They have more confidence to think it's our son that is over there, nothing is going to happen. He's a cattle farmer like us, so we can go ahead and do what we want to do. And the president needs to actually make a specific statement to step out and say, this is not going to happen, even though I'm one of you, but I'm here representing the interests of Nigeria.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are throwing up theories that these are not necessarily herdsmen doing
that.
They're
Boko Haram people.
We've heard, because for as long as I've known, I was born in Nigeria, I've lived here pretty much all my life, I've always seen cattle roam the streets in Benin, in my village, in Lagos,
just around here,
in Abuja, in cities even. You see them all the time. So people are wondering, why is it suddenly now that they've started attacking? Why haven't they attacked for 3, 4, 5 decades? Is that theory possible?
It's very possible, because Boko Haram too, they've been defeated thanks to this administration and also the outgone administration. But now, they have to find somewhere to really, play their game and really express their interest. So that's another opportunity and a loophole for them to really exert themselves. So they're able to go down, claim to be herdsman, and also be Boko Haram militant who are actually trying to find another way to harm the innocent Nigerian people.
This is just starting now. It's probably the best time to try and arrest it, and we know how the Northeast started.
The challenge
and the military. Let me just finish. And the military, had to step in to help. Yeah. This is a police situation now. Yeah. Do you think the police has the capacity
No, of course, even Arasa said
to
it.
help
They
this.
only had 350,000 people in the Nigerian police force, men and women, who are, they can't. This is 200 million Nigerians. In Lagos is 70 million alone. So police don't have the capacity. They need to actually make this a national emergency situation to look at this. The armed forces need to probably step in. As a matter of fact, look at Olufalaye was abducted in his own farm and taken away. It's a far stretch situation. It's more deeper than we're looking at, and if we don't deal with it now, it will become a very sore wound that we can handle on a long
So
time.
how does Mr. President deal with it now? If you saw him today, what would you tell him?
I would say, Mr. President, be decisive. Come out and speak against this, condemn it in all form.
Is that going to help condemning it?
It's important to, let me tell you, one of the reasons why we voted for the president, why Nigerians voted out for him, because they said they had a very strong cult of followers who believed so much in him. So they will listen to him. And if he comes out and say, ladies and gentlemen, this is not how this should be done. We need to do better. They will listen to him and they will understand and respect him. Then the security agencies needs to put stuff in place, strategies in place. Then traditional rulers and the community needs to also put, look at Enugu State. They said they had a meeting. The governor said the night before, he had intelligence report that they were going to come and attack his town. And he had a security meeting with all the stakeholders in the state, and they're sure that there was going to be protection of life and property, which is what government is all about. And the next morning, between 6 a.m. and 6:30, they had a mayhem. That is actually telling us that it's more than just guns and barrel. There has to be carrot and stick, like Obasanjo would always call it. And you also have to, need to, look at other means to deal with this issue.
Are there ways we as citizens can help? Because these people are grazing through residential areas. Am I supposed to now tell them what do I do as a citizen if I see?
First, there needs to be a lot of orientation. But, there are two issues here. There's first the issue of the herdsmen. There's the issue of the potential Boko Haram infiltration. So if it's the Boko Haram infiltration, it's a real security situation. If it's just about the herdsmen, then you need the leaders in the community that not only that to begin to, sensitize their people. That, these people have the respect to their land. You're talking about giving them farms for grazing and, if I want to plant, I want to start a cattle farm. I have to pay for agric land in Ogun State. I want to start a pig farm. I have to pay for agric land in Lagos State. You're not giving me free land to do that. So, everybody requires fairness. So there's two dimensions to this. If it's Boko Haram issues, then citizens can help with intelligence. If it's, just an herdsman issue, then orientation from notable leaders to say, everybody has fundamental rights. This is my land, and you should respect other people's rights while you're trying to exercise
But that's
yours.
going to be really hard because it's sort of a cultural situation now because they've been nomadic forever.
Yes.
How do you change that mindset now?
Being a nomad does not mean you should now become violent. So yes, it's okay for you to graze, but if I say you're not welcome on my land, that's trespass. I can shoot you for that. If you did that in America, you can't come into my land for nothing. You understand? So it's more than just, it's a real situation. Orientation needs to step into this.
Well, we're going to be
in
watching.
particular by northern leaders.
Yeah.
Northern leaders.
We'll be watching this space. I mean, Mr. President definitely has to do something about it. It's his purview. I mean, security is his main.
I just hope that what they're doing about it is set up another committee, because that's what we do.
I know, set no committee. But I mean, this is not a laughing matter. He actually needs to be arrested as soon as possible. I mean, we're trying to start, appreciating all the work done with making Northeast safer again. We don't want another situation starting because we need a peaceful country.
And we're still dealing with Biafra.
Yeah, there's the Biafra situation still trying to brew as well on the other side. So.